Nigeria's main opposition political party, the People's Democratic Party, seems to be sinking deeper into crisis by the day as politicians embark on realignments ahead of the general election in 2023. In one fell swoop, 7 national officers in its National Executive Committee at NEC have resigned. National chairman of the party, Uche Secondus, whose tenure ends in December this year, has been under intense pressure to step down. His expected last days holding the position have remarkably been characterized by gradual loosening of the party's fragile hold over certain battleground states where its governors have defected to the ruling All Progressives Congress. What then could be the problem, and how can the situation be arrested? Joining us now to have a discussion around this is one of the principal officers who resigned their positions earlier this week, DIRAN ODEYEMI. Good to have you on Newsday, Arise News.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm happy to be with you.
It's actually good to have an insider who recently resigned give us his perspective. To my understanding, though you're a member of the National Working Committee, you are not directly elected to attend those meetings. What then is your gripe?
We are not members of the NEC, of the National Working Committee.
Okay.
We are members of the NEC, but we are national officers. By virtue of the constitution of the party, the people entrusted with the day-to-day running of the administration of the party are the principal officers. And the constitution stipulates that we are to deputize in their absence. That's the constitution. Of course, the constitution is faulty in the sense that you cannot vote for vibrant young politicians, energetic, and ask them to just go to the secretariat and look like extra tire, and without any function whatsoever. So we have been there for the past 3.5 years. We believe that no function has been assigned to us. We believe that we have not been useful to the party. We believe that we have not been fully engaged, and we thought, within ourselves, is either the party scrap the position of deputies entirely, or create a role for them. And we believe the only avenue through which we could achieve that is to resign en masse. So if we resign, then we'll be sending a signal, because if we are not doing anything there, what's the benefit? So we resigned, and it got the attention of the stakeholders, the governors, and virtually everybody involved. And they called us to a meeting, and at that meeting, we were assured that something will be done to redress the situation. So we are not even fighting for ourselves, because we have just 3 months to go, to leave the office. But we just want the stakeholders to know that there should be a review of the constitution, that you don't just vote for people to be redundant as national officers. That's just it.
Okay, just quickly to tag this on, could some view the way you've gone about this as washing your dirty linen in public? Because it would seem that if you address this internally, you may have still gotten the same result.
Yeah. What we did was internal. We didn't address the press. We didn't call anybody. We submitted our letters to the office of the secretary. So we wouldn't allow it to be in the open. What we expected after the submission of the letters, was the chairman to call us, which he did eventually. And, we make it purely internal. We could have had our meetings with him. We could have done everything internally without involving the press. How the press got to know that we submitted a letter of resignation even baffled us. So it was meant to be a peaceful one. We didn't resign from PDP. We were not planning to go and join APC. All that we said was, well, we are not being engaged and we are not happy. And we just want to set the record straight. So here's our letter of resignation. We remain committed members of PDP. That was it.
All right. There are reports which claim that Uche Secondus, the chairman of the party, was shut off of this particular meeting. Can you address this?
No, he was the one that addressed us. So I wouldn't know what you are saying, that he was shut out of the meeting. When he saw the letter of resignation, he called us that same afternoon. And all of us assembled there, no, my colleagues, let me put it, because I'm talking to you from London, but I'm their chairman, and they even placed me on phone to speak with the chairman and the members of the NWC, and we made our grievances known there and there. So the chairman addressed it and said, okay, we will continue the meeting the second day, which was yesterday. And yesterday again, he assembled and called them and appealed to them that, we have few months to stay in office. There is no point, resigning. That we should all join hands together to organize a congress and hand over to incoming executive. And in doing that, we have made our grievances known. It will be addressed in the next, at the convention, and so that whoever is coming in as deputies next in the next administration will not suffer or go through what we went through.
All right, DIRAN, for clarity's sake, are you saying that the resignations have been withdrawn right now?
We are taking a decision on that. So very soon we will hear from us. He had a meeting with us yesterday, and we are still, talking. So the possibility is there until we have a joint decision.
Okay, and then also for clarity's sake, following up on that, because the rumors were also out there that the reason you all resigned en masse was because you were dissatisfied or unhappy with Uche Secondi's handling of his position and that he was incapable of holding the party together. Is that part of your grievance?
No, part of our grievance is, as a chairman, we understand he has his limitation. But the point is, if we are officers under you, we deserve to be engaged. Even if it is to bring us in as part of your entourage wherever you are going. Personally, because of the nature of our job in the publicity department, I am engaged. Kola always give me assignment. But my other colleagues, like treasurer, like auditor, they don't have anything doing. But as their chairman, I'm talking as a body. There's no way I can exonerate myself or detach myself from them. So many of them are not engaged. They need to be engaged, and we expect this from the chairman or their principal officers. And that was our grounds. So you see, everybody has their own interpersonal way of relating.
Sorry.
Hello?
Yes, sorry, we seem to be
Everybody
clarifying.
has their own personal way of relating with people.
Okay.
But, you cannot judge him and you cannot blame him, to a certain extent.
Okay. By engagement, I hope you're not also emphasizing what people think you're emphasizing, which is that you're not getting a share of the cut.
Nobody is talking about any share. It's about being engaged to work and see yourself as a national officer. We are not receiving salary. We are dedicated party men, and we knew that when we came on board. So it's not about money. It has got nothing to do with that. But this is politics. People will always talk.
All right, okay, let's push it further. Let's actually broaden the conversation right about now. DIRAN, are you still there with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so moving on from there. Looking at the PDP at this moment in time, because just as the PDP do have their own internal squabbles, same as the APC at the moment, going into 2023, does the PDP have the stronghold to wrestle the power from the APC? At the center, first of all, before we talk about some other states where the PDP used to hold sway.
We have the strongest opportunity. And as a matter of fact, the APC have been doing the campaign for us because of the lack of managerial attitude of the president. So virtually all Nigerians are in opposition with it's not only PDP that is in opposition this time around. And apart from that, by the time we come out from our primary election to select who is going to fly our flag, the personality we are bringing out will have won 50% of the election. And our campaign manifesto and the way we are going to go about our campaign, we convince Nigerians that we are more than ready
but
to govern this time around.
People like Professor Ben Ayade do not share this sentiment and will say that we'll probably say the exact opposite of what you're talking about right now, because we are seeing mass defections from the PDP to the APC.
It's normal. It's normal in politics. And you don't expect everybody to be on the same page.
Okay, let me bring up.
People can talk.
Let me bring up.
People can talk. People can. Yeah.
Sorry to interject. I thought you had landed your point. But let me bring up a recent defection. Senator Joy Emodi, who actually, just to quote her, she says she believes that the APC is the right party, or is, well, first of all, that the APC is working for the Southeast, and this is attracting more PDP members to the APC. And then she says she's convinced that the future of a prosperous and united Nigeria lies with the APC. Can you respond to that?
When people cross carpet, when people join APC, they will always give a reason to justify to back their action. But the point is, between me and you, what is attractive in APC now for anybody to go and join? Is it the issue of security? Is it the issue of health? Is it on education? Is it on the promises that they have fed Nigerians? People who are going there are only going there for personal and selfish reasons. And this is the unfortunate aspect of the democracy that we operate. We would have loved a situation whereby whenever you decamp, you are not going there with the office you hold from the previous party. It's not helping our democracy. So regarding the reasons given, anybody can give any reason, but they are not being sincere with Nigerians and they are not being sincere with themselves. So whatever reason they give, just have it at the back of your mind that they will always give reason. Whether that reason is tenable to Nigerians or to the electorate, we will know in 2023.
All right, but politics is a game of numbers. So I want you to look at it holistically.
Yes.
With the APC having more key stakeholders in government right now, then they might just be able to swing the balance, or rather hold the power to themselves again.
You see, I agree with you. Politics is a game of number. But what you need to realize in PDP, our motto is power to the people. We believe in the electorate. If you look at the numbers of politicians, we are not more than 15% that are actively practicing politics. But the electorates are more. So talking about winning an election, about the number, it is left now to the strategy and the campaign you are able to wage when you start proper campaigning. So as regards the number, personality does not win election. It is the people, it is the masses, it is Nigerians. All the people that are deflecting are well fed, they are well-to-do people in the side, they are big men, but they are not talking about the masses who doesn't have the money to travel abroad to treat ordinary headache. There are people that are hungry. There are people that are not safe. All the people that are cross-carpeting today have series of policemen guiding them. So when the election comes, we will appeal to these people that it is your turn to choose your leader by yourself.
Okay.
The voters' card is your weapon, and that's the campaign. Okay. So that individuals are living does not indicate that the party is not strong or we are not going to win election.
Okay, I know you are dismissing all the opinions of people who are cross-carpeting, but let me throw at you the opinion of someone who is neither cross-carpeting but has some degree of an insider perspective like yourself. And that's Atahiru Jega, who said recently that both PDP and APC are Siamese twins of corruption. And if the people were to choose, they should avoid both parties who have had 20 years of failed promises and opt for a fresh start. What do you say to that?
Atahiru Jega is a Nigerian. He has every opportunity and every chance to form a political party. Let him try it. Let him form a political party. Let him give him a name. And let's see how many Nigerians will join him. Apart from that, and this is what I want to say, we are all living witness to the fact that in this country, Omowole Sowore presented himself as a president in a political party. How many votes was he able to garner? Let Gani Fawehinmi offered himself to be the president of this country. How many Nigerians voted for him? Dele Momodu offered himself to be the president. How many Nigerians voted for him? If you are capable of forming a political party, give it a try.
Without due respect,
it's a good opportunity.
Without due respect, some of the people you mentioned are credible candidates. So if the fact that they're not able to garner the votes does not speak to the fact of their credibility, but rather to other things which we're hoping to address with electronic transmission. So with all due respect, that may not be a measure of success.
What I'm trying to put across to you is that Nigerians knows who or which political party they want to join. If you form a political party now, the indices are there, the possibilities are there that they are not going to join you. They are used to PDP and APC. And that is the fact of it.
All right. Let's still try to broaden this. And one of the Board of Trustee members talking about Modi also has defected to the APC, gave the reasons why he has done that. And although you've said this should not trouble people, but for those members, or for those party members that have held on to the PDP for years, seeing all this happen, what can the PDP do in the interim to ensure that defections like these do not happen and do not send the wrong message to those who are still supporting and who still believe in the power to the people agenda of the PDP?
I agree with you that it may send a wrong signal to the electorate that the party is weak. But the point is, no chairman, no member of PDP will be happy if people are leaving. But the fact of the matter is, the people who are leaving, are they leaving because of any crisis in PDP? If they are leaving because of crisis in PDP, where they are going to, the APC they are joining, is it that peaceful? Now, political parties are like a door. The doors are never closed. People are free to go, people are free to come in. It is what is happening to us in PDP now that we are talking about. A lot, double of it is coming to APC. Because by the time they finish their congresses, you will know that many disenchanted and aggrieved personalities, governors, senators, will still come back to PDP. So we are not bothered. 24 hours is a long time in politics. People can change their mind at any point in time. I agree, it's not helping our democracy, but there's nothing we can do about it, at least for now. So that people are leaving PDP, yes, we are concerned, we are bothered, but it's not the end of life. We are still strategizing, we are still talking. We have seen people who left and come back. Too many people like that. Bukola Saraki left and came back. Oyinlola left and came back. Many of them like that. So we believe they are going to test their personality, to test their power. By the time they know that there is nothing in APC for them to enjoy, they will come back to PDP. And that is why we are little worried.
Okay, just before we let you go, let's look ahead to 2023 and how the PDP is strategically positioning itself to place a presidential candidate that will be representative of the people's demands. I just want to still hearken to Senator Joy Modi's reference that the APC is working for the Southeast. What would the PDP be doing to select the right candidate that the people are clamoring for to position themselves, to make themselves most attractive come 2023?
Yeah, the question you are asking is strategic in nature. Strategic in the sense that, of course, we will choose a candidate from a zone that we know can win election for PDP. So when we get to the bridge, we will cross it. And as I'm talking to you now, I know APC are looking at where PDP will choose their candidate from. Though it behoves on them because the present president, President Muhammadu Buhari, is from the north. So it's compulsory for APC to choose their candidate from the south. But they're having the problem looking at where PDP will choose their own. So it's not unlikely that they are watching us. When we pick, if we pick from the north, they will surely pick from the north. I can assure you of that. If we pick from the south, they will pick from the south. So it's strategic. But we know in PDP, we want to win election. The strategy is there. We have various personalities we could present to Nigerians. But when we get to the bridge, we will cross it.
All right, I want to say many thanks to you, DIRAN ODEYEMI, for your time today speaking on the PDP and their internal squabble.